TWF NXT. I am Gorilla Monsoon, here with Samoeus and with the Jackal, or Osiris, whatever you want to call him. And today on NXT, we're going to hear from The Miz here today, because he says he's going to get his law work against Kuska Wealth Team and a toy wrestling gathering for him not stopping Astronema from doing the things you were doing, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the force setter, and Xena, the half owner, for not undoing everything. So we'll see if any of that stuff works here today, or happens or not, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, I can tell you one thing I'm going to tell you one thing it's not going to happen. I'll tell you one thing, Samoa says. The Miz started it with Astronema. He's the one who needs to end it, Samoa says. We all know that to be true. I can tell you one thing that Jackal says. When you're well known like The Miz is, when you're a well-known show player wrestler, no one should have a blind eye to bullying, the Jackal says. Would you stop? Astronema or Corona is not bullying The Miz. He started it with her like a month ago, and he's the one that needs to come out and say he's sorry. But instead of that, he bitches and rants, seek to get Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Xena to stop it. And when that didn't work, he ended up doing a lawsuit. Well, The Miz says, I have talked with my lawyer, which I'll say is Clarence Mason. Now, he doesn't know if we can do a lawsuit against Kuska Wealth Team and a toy wrestling gathering. Why? Because he doesn't know if there's enough truth to back me up being bullied. So, a month ago, Astronema told me to give Onlook. To get Onlook, I gotta give Onlook. Then she told me, that's when it all started. But he doesn't forget that I had to fight Ecliptor, I had to fight Andros, I had to fight Gajora, and I had to fight Elgar, and I had to fight Stephanie McMahon. Everyone that Astronema is putting me up against is to shut me up. And then I thought I could go to the leadership under force setter, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and then go to the half owner and half leadership fellow Kuska Wealth Team in the toy wrestling gathering, Xena, and I'm having a match with her. A one-sided match when I get hit with the flying ring. So the way I look at it, I think I do have grounds for law work against Kuska Wealth Team and the toy wrestling gathering. So, that's the way I see it. Now, someone out there might see things a little unlike, but that's the way I see them. Well, that's Autolycus, the King of Thieves, who does play-by-play with Michael Cole and Wade Barrett on Friday Night SmackDown. Alright, so you're saying that you think Xena has it out against you. You're saying... So, first off, now you can't make up your mind who you think your foes are and who you think your friends are, Autolycus says. I mean... First, you say it's Astronema and Corona is bullying you. Now you're saying that it's Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Xena doing it to you. You can't make up your mind. You don't know where you're going, where you're coming. You see, Miz, with you it's always one-sided, and there's both two sides to the saga, to a tale. And hopefully you don't lie when you've been talking to your lawyer about every single thing that happened. Don't be leaving out about how you started shaming and guilting and slighting and scathing Astronema and Corone first before all that happened. If you leave that out, then that's not good. That could be seen as unlawful. So I hope you're telling your lawyer both the whole every single thing that was said and done. But let me think, Ms. You probably lied and left all that out. It did happen. I think it may have been this month or sometime last month. I don't think. Yeah, when it happened. Autolycus, I am Strut, the king of thieves, who is, I don't know if to say a trusted friend to Heracles and Xena. It don't strike me. You know? Yeah, you'd come out. And I guess you'd come out to start shit. Yeah. Like I'm gonna listen to a thief, someone who steals, which is sinful and unlawful, making you both a sinner and an outlaw. Yeah, I need be a sinner and an outlaw. Yeah, that's true, Miz. You're a sinner too. So this thief is gonna tell you something. You gotta get your shit right before you start doing law works against folks and businesses. Don't leave out anything. Just like don't leave anything out today when me and you have a match. What do you mean you have a match? What do you mean we're gonna have a match? Are you out of your mind? You got a blade and a grappling hook, whatever, grabbing, I don't know, in your hand. There's no way you can wrestle with those. I got over sticky ooze that's more stronger than the other kind of sticky ooze. You want to dare me to Miz? Yeah. Ding ding ding. Well, looks like we're going to have a match now. And it looks like the Miz... Oh! The Miz just struck down Autolycus, the king of thieves, Gorilla Monsoon says. The Miz body slamming Autolycus. Well, Samoa says, I wonder that over sticky ooze is going to keep all Autolycus's weapons and tools in his hand. I don't care if it does or does not, the Jackal says. I mean, it's kept Faith's leg in the hole for months, the Jackal says. But why would you care? He's a thief. And thieves do stealing is unlawful and sinful, making one an outlaw and a sinner. Well, you know something. Well, Jackal, you're right. Stealing is sinful and unlawful. And one who steals is both a sinner and an outlaw. But at the same time, it doesn't take back the truth that Autolycus told a Miz. He shouldn't be leaving anything out when he talks to his lawyer. Or lawyers, Gorilla Monsoon says. Jackal. Well, the Miz wants to get ready for the skull smashing ending, Gorilla Monsoon says. Oh, you know, that hold that has made him a 2-time WWE heavyweight fighter, and at least a 6-time WWE Interland fighter, and at least a 2-time WWE Raw 3-time WWE Raw Tag Team fighter, and 2-time WWE SmackDown Tag Team fighter, OVW Tag Team fighter, and UPW heavyweight fighter too. Gorilla Monsoon says, well, Samoa says he's taking a lot of time. You know, the so-called onlook show player and wrestler is taking too much time. Samoa says, the man who wants to seek a lawsuit against the Toy Wrestling Gathering and Cusco Wealth Team. Which truly is sad, Samoa says. 1, 2, and only a kick out. What's sad about that? The Jackal says. He's been wronged, and if he he has the right to do a law work against anyone or anything who's wronged him. Oh, well, that might be true. That might be true, Samoa says, boy, I sure hope he tells his lawyer the whole truth and nothing so the truth. Because if he doesn't, he's going to be in a bind. Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon said you can't lie to lawyer about everything. You got to be truthful and tell them every single thing that happened. You can't leave anything out. Autolycus with the stunner on the Miz. Looks like it's going to be over here. Looks like Autolycus, the King of Thieves, will beat the Miz. Oh, the Miz getting back up now. And the Miz skull crashing ending on Autolycus. It's over. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Hit. Alright, yeah. Here is your winner, The Miz. So the Miz says, now Xena's gonna start making me wrestle and fight all her friends and kin now, I guess. But I beat Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Why? Because I, the Miz, and I awesome. Well, you're not awesome, Gorilla Monsoon says. You're shameful is what you are, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, Samoa says, it seems that the Miz has beat Autolycus, the King of Thieves, here today on NXT. And the Miz might think, Miz is going to say that he might not be a sinner and an outlaw by stealing, but he'll be a sinner and an outlaw if he lies to his lawyer about everything that was said and done in his lawsuit, Samoa says. You got the Jackal says, I just hope that this is a wake-up call for the Kuska Wealth team, for the Toy Wrestling Gathering, for the TWF leadership team, a wake-up call that hopefully the half owners of Toy Wrestling Gathering, Cameron Kuska and Xena Pappas Kuska, and the leadership under Forsetter TWF, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, know that lawsuits can go bad. The Jackal says, well, Gorilla Monsoon says they haven't gone to see the near Earldom or Reich or Gavr High Diva yet, so we don't know if they're guilty of any wrongdoing, Gorilla Monsoon says. Anyway, Tony Schiavone now is now going to be talking with The Miz. Alright, Gorilla Monsoon, I'm going to be talking with The Miz here today on NXT, so wish me luck. Alright, Miz, you seem to be the WWE offshoot of MJF. First off, I'm my own self, Tony Schiavone. I'm not offshooting from MJF or Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's offshooting from me. 2, it's all started with Astronema. Now, I think if I went over Astronema's head, over Hunter Hearst Helmsley's head, and go to Xena, I thought it would be alright. But no, I had to do a law work. No, I had to wrestle Autolycus, the King of Thieves, a sinner and an outlaw. Yeah, Autolycus is a thief. That makes one a sinner, makes one an outlaw, since it's sinful and unlawful to steal. But it doesn't make you, Miz. Every man and woman is a sinner. You're guilty of some kind of sin. And some would say that you haven't been fully truthful. Hopefully you've been truthful with your lawyer, because that would make you a sinner and an outlaw if you didn't tell the truth. Well, Tony Schiavone, you don't have to worry if I'm being truthful with my lawyer or not. That's for me to worry about. And it's for the Toy Wrestling Gathering and the Kuska Wealth team to hope the law work don't come out of it. Well, we would all say, Miz, about a month ago, you started saying shit about Astronema, Corone, shaming her, guilting her, slighting her, scathing her. And then after all that, then you started saying, then after you said that shit, and she got back at you, or what you think she's getting back at you, then that's when you started sobbing, bully, creep, heel. You know what? I don't really care what your belief is, Tony Schiavone. I just hope that I don't have to go to a near High Diver, or Earldom High Diver, or a Reich High Diver, or a Gaver High Diver. And Kuska Wealth Team in the toy wrestling gathering hopes that my law work doesn't make them look bad. If it's the only way I can get right, then I will do it. Well, The Miz still believing that he's the beaten, even though he's a bully. You can't be the beaten and a bully. You gotta be one or the other. Back to you, Gorilla Monsoon. Well, thank you, Tony Schiavone, for talking with The Miz here today on NXT. And it looks like it is all the time we got here on NXT. I am Gorilla Monsoon for Samoas and the Jackal. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite or Mike.